have this faint memory from when I was a child. One of those memories you're never quite sure is real, or something you've imagined over time. Sometimes, when we'd drive to the next town, my father would point to a property by the road. There was an old car there, abandoned, sitting still, like it had been forgotten. And he would say, almost in passing, "That was my car." I do remember vividly going through the old photo albums, looking for pictures of that car, wondering what Mum and Dad were like back then, seeing them there with the beautiful XB Ford Fairmont GS. As a kid, growing up around my dad as a mechanic, cars were always a part of me. Any chance I got, I'd jump in, sit behind the wheel, and pretend I was driving. Before the Fairmont, Dad was always into the old Fords. There was an early Falcon, a Mark I Capri that he would trade in to get the Fairmont. And after the Fairmont, but before I was born, an XB Falcon. Most of my childhood though, I remember being in the old Toyota Tarago, and later an Australian-made Mitsubishi Magna. But even then, I couldn't help thinking how cool it would have been if he had kept the Fairmont. Now, living on the other side of the world, I still find myself going back to those childhood memories, to those old Aussie cars. I've searched for it far and wide across the internet, through forums, old pages, looking for that Fairmont, but there's never been a trace. It was already in rough state back then, always parked in the same spot, slowly being eaten away by rust. So maybe it's gone, maybe it doesn't exist anymore, but still, there's always that small part of me that wonders, what if it's still out there? I'd love to sit behind the wheel of that old Fairmont, drive through the streets I grew up on, visit the places I remember when I was a kid, see them the way they felt back then.
Venga, que no tenemos todo el día. Vamos a echar la foto. All right, guys, ready? Say cheers. ¡Ese es mi coche!
Sometimes a car isn't just a car. Most of the time, it becomes something else entirely. It carries moments, memories, turning points in our lives, places we've been, and the ones that stayed with us. In some way, this car became all of that. Even though it was already gone from my dad's life when I was born, I imagine, in a way, it left to make room for us kids. It might sound strange, an attachment to something that was never really mine, but I think it was never really about the car. In some way, it was about holding on to a part of him. And maybe this video is just my way of going back to moments I wish I could have lived with you, even if you're no longer here.